Hi, my name is Addie to host. I'm in section 2 and my TA is Joy.
Hi, my name is Maren Huber. I'm in Chem 107 and I'm in section 2 and my TA is Joy. Okay, today we are pipetting this. So we attached a bulb, and this is the bulb, and then we put it onto this glass pipette onto the end on the top. Sometimes it can be really tricky to put it on.
Yep.
But once you get it on,
then we're going to hold the pipette securely and then use the other hand to stabilize.
how did you get yours on so well?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
And make sure not to break it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to squeeze before you place it in.
No, you have to put, so you put this in, you squeeze, and then you, wait, and then you squeeze again to let go.
And then you also have to put it on the side. And then there you go.
Ta-da! Instead of using the yellow bulb, we're going to use this kind of pipette, which doesn't require it.
Okay, and then we're going to hold it securely with 3 fingers to stabilize, and then squeeze prior to placing it. And then to get a specific amount.
It's a certain amount of pressure you want to put on.
Yep.
And then for these, they have little lines on them to help you with measuring. So that's nice. So if you want a certain amount, you squeeze. And then the less pressure you put, the more you want on the top, but the more pressure you put is the lower amount of water. So I'm going to put not a lot of pressure, which goes up. But if I want less water, I put more pressure.
Yes, and then you have to touch it to the thing.
And release. Yay! Okay, now we are going to test with the pipette micro pipetter. So what you're going to need is to clamp this on, and then you have to use this to dial up how much you want. And right here, what's the number? Right here, you can tell how much you have, what liquid you need. And this one's which one is this one? Is it a liter or I can't remember which measurement this one is.
I'm in section 2.
This is 1,000 microliters.
Okay, but yeah, use this to twist, and this one too. You can tell how much measurement of you need. So let's just say you're gonna put it into your liquid, and then you're gonna press down, and then release, and then press down, and release. And then when you want to take this off, use this button right here, and you just press it, and it comes off. But always put it in the waist.
Okay, put it on, make sure you measure it correctly, put it in, press down to the first thing, lift up, move it, press all the way down to the second.
Yay! Okay, now we're measuring liquid volumes with a graduating cylinder. So this is our graduating cylinder. And so what you do is you measure up to whatever volume you want, and then you can transfer it to any container you're going to try to.
When you measure it, make sure it's on a flat table.
And then it goes by
and then you have to adjust your eye level to see it.
And then you probably want to put a dark object or anything to help you see clearer, because sometimes it's really hard to see the measurements. But for this one, I'm at 6.02 for this one,
And I'm at 7.8.
I don't know if I can see this. I'm trying to
I think I remember saying that there was one
and then
going around.
Perfect.
And now we're gonna pour it into our containers. Yay!
What's your major, by the way?
Okay, right now we are doing the heating test tube. So you should never allow a beaker to go dry. The best strategy to use a 250 milliliter beaker and fill it about halfway with water. If the water level gets too low, add more. You should never touch a hot test tube with your hands. Instead, use a test tube clamp. Yes. Touching the test tube with hands is an F. Because a hot test tube is more likely to release vapor, always heat test tubes under your personal downdraft. So, this is our test tube, and then these are our test tube clamps. This is our beaker, and this is a hot plate. You should never touch. And then you kind of do it at that angle, and you just put it in. And then you use this to help you dial which heat and how fast and all that stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now we're doing the heating test tubes, but with the Bunsen burners. Here are Bunsen burners. They're not on. Okay, make sure that you're holding the test tube using a test tube clamp. While heating, move the test tube so that the flame is heating most of the length of the tube, just not in one spot. Ensure that the opening of the test tube is pointing away from people in case the chemicals suddenly shoot out. Place the hot test tube in a test tube rack to cool before touching. Okay, wait, we need a test tube rack. Okay. Okay, so we're heating it, that's facing away.
Okay. We are going to be measuring pH. Measuring pH is important because some chemical reactions will only take place in acid or basic solutions. Measuring the pH allows you to determine whether the pH needs to be adjusted for a specific reaction. Obtain a strip of a colored pH paper, which is one of these. Wet the tip of a clean pasture pipette or stir rod with the solution you want to test. And so,
and here's our solution. Touch the tip of your pipette or rod to the pH paper. Use the color chart on the outside of the pH paper container to determine the pH of your solution. So, here's the bottle,
and then ours looks kind of green. So this is what ours look like. So you can't really tell very well on the camera, but from our view and eyes, it kind of looks green, which is what is that one? It's like a pH 8.0. Oh wait, no, it's a pH 6.0.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We're doing the centrifuge in order to prevent vibration.
Now we can open it.
Okay, so damage the centrifuge. So we open it. Sample each has two. And there's a counterbalance. So we have two. Make sure you place them counter to each other, just like that. Close the lid and select the time.
Alright, my name is Spencer Atwood.
Which it's already set there.
You want to obtain a piece of paper, and then you wet the tip of this
Then hit start.
For the purposes of this, we're just using water. And then you
Display with flash indicating that it is safe to open the lid. This is the flash, it just finished. Also make sure that the RPM is above 5,000. Oh wait. Okay, now we can open it. Okay, so the flash went off, so we open it. And there we are. I think that's it.
Okay, we are going to be using a centrifuge. So we have 2 of these, and what we're going to do is we are going to prevent vibration and damage to both the centrifuge with the test tubes. And we're going to counterbalance them by making sure they're on the opposite side of each other. You could actually put 3, but you have to make sure there's like gaps between to balance it out. Then once you have them in, you can close this. So now it's loaded, and now you use the switches to tell the minutes and seconds of how long you want it. So we're just going to have it for 0.5, and then we have it at 1.5 speed. So now we're going to just start. And then we'll have a timer. I guess we'll just wait.
I think you wait for it to open.
Okay, is it on? Okay, so now that's flashing, you can tell that it's ready to be done. You want to make sure that the speed is above 5,000 RPM, or else you're getting F. So you don't want that. Okay, so once it's done, you press stop, and then, okay, so you're going to push this, and it's going to open it, and then you can get your things, your test tubes out, and then you got it ready.
This is the centrifuge for decanting. Open this. Make sure you take it out very carefully, not to disturb the bottom. Okay, this is part 2 of decanting.
And we remove these from the centrifuge.
Very carefully, didn't disturb the bottom. Okay.
So you're gonna
Use the pasture pipette to carefully remove the liquid from the test tube. And either discard it or transfer it to a clean test tube. Remove the tip of the pipette near the surface of the liquid so not to disturb the solid at the bottom, which is this. Remove as much liquid as possible without picking up any of the solid.
So at the bottom we have a little bit of sand to represent the solid. We're going to try to use our pasture pipette to grab as much liquid as we can. So we put it in, we squeeze, we release the pressure, and then move it out, and then squeeze again and release the pressure into the clean bottle.
And then you should be left with your solid.
All right.
We're doing the measuring mass. First, we have our container. We're gonna put it on, tear, make sure it's 0. I'm gonna take this off, get my solid or substance that I need, and then guesstimate. And then either add more or take it away, but make sure you always take it off.
I think that's it. So we are measuring mass. So we have our beaker or whatever container we need, and then we're going to place it onto our measuring scale. So we're going to put it on, and then we're going to press tear to balance it out because you don't want the measurement of the beaker to affect what you're measuring for your chemicals. And you take it out, and then you use your little spatula, and you add as much as you need for your chemical or formula. Add a I'm gonna add this much, and then I'm gonna place it on, and then and this is how much I have of whatever solid I'm using, and then I can add or remove whatever I want, and then I take it off, and then tear, and that's it. And now we clean up.